Joint Fugitive Task Force, which we lead out of our office, which is a task force committed to apprehending wanted felons for whom warrants have issued at the federal, state, or local level that meet certain criteria. Generally, the more serious crimes against persons cases, unregistered sex offenders who cross state lines, crimes involving violence, weapons, guns, drugs. In that capacity, we have worked very closely with the police department these many years since we stood the task force up in 2002. We've also worked with them on a number of special enforcement projects, including Operation Street Sweeper and some other targeted enforcement efforts. Anytime the task force or our deputies come into the city, we get terrific cooperation from the Manchester Police Department, and we work very closely together. They are a highly trained, very professional organization, and I think you'll hear from, as you already have, from several other federal agencies about their work in the state and the leadership role, really, that they play in the state in that capacity, working on a number of issues that are important in the southern New Hampshire area. But I also want to talk to you about my experiences even prior to that. For 28 years, a little more, I served as a police officer in the neighboring community of Goffstown that borders Manchester on the west. For 14 and a half of those years, I was their chief of police. I still live in that community. And as a neighboring chief, I want to echo the same kinds of sentiments that I've experienced as a United States Marshal. Even though, as it turned out, many of the people that we would arrest seemed to have Manchester addresses, we had always terrific cooperation with the Manchester Police Department. We considered them the big sister agency to ours. Always looked to them for support and help when we needed it, mutual aid. I know the current chief of the Goffstown Police Department is here as well, and I know he'll speak about those issues. But a terrific relationship. And as Director Vidham from Police Standards and Training Council has mentioned, really they're a mentor agency to many other agencies in the state. As the state's largest city, they have faced in the last 10 years innumerable challenges. And given their limited resources, they've done a tremendous job in those leadership roles within the community. I want to compliment Chief Mara and his staff for their outstanding work in really preventing crime before it occurs. The third capacity I want to speak to you is a former commission member and chair of CALEA prior to becoming the United States Marshal. So I know a little bit about the accreditation process. I will say this, Manchester was one of the pioneers in the state in bringing the CALEA process into the state and working with others who have gotten into the system. And I can tell you in all the time, from their initial accreditation through their reaccreditations, that they have made CALEA and the accreditation process part of their culture. It's part of how they do business every day. And that, I think, certainly from the Commission's standpoint, is a very important and key factor as to whether or not they are deserving of reaccreditation. So I would certainly encourage you and encourage the Commission to look favorably upon their reaccreditation. I think it is well deserved. Thank you very much.